Hello everybody, my name is Mr. Entertainment, and today I'm here to give you some tips and steps to be a better Madden player when playing Madden 18. Now, this game can be very raging, if that's even a word. It causes you to rage a lot. So, it's actually really simple, uh, you know, to play the game better. For people who just start playing the game, or people who rage a lot because they don't get anything done. So this will help you out. This will help you guys out who always get mad at the game. I know I get mad at the game every once in a while. There are times where I'll rage quit or I'll just leave the game because something bad happens, something just screws me over. But this is a strategy that I've been using for a while, and it's really simple, really, how it works, and it can help you win with a bad team, a good team, any team, really. Because my team isn't the best team, as you can see, my team's coming up. I got a center, 86 overall, Deion Jones, 85, Alshon Jeffrey, 85, and this guy had a pretty good team. 87, Darius Slay, not the best team, but I've played people with better teams, and I've used this strategy. It's worked pretty well. Because as you've probably heard before, it's scheme over team. Whoever has the best scheme come out on top. I know that I've probably made a lot of people rage with the fact that I win with a bad team and they got like 94 overall Ray Lewis on their team, 94 Odell Beckham. So yeah, so let's get into the strategy. So step number 1, test. So what do I mean by test? I mean test what your opponent's going to do. So to come out in different formations, I run a lot of 4-3. So I came out in the cover 2 just to see what he would do. And see if he's the type of person to beat cover 2, just to see what he'll do. I make a lot of adjustments, that could be for a different video later on, but I just wanted to see what he'd do. So on the first play, he just rolled out to the left, and he was looking, and he was looking, and he couldn't find anybody, so I'm not sure if this guy really knew, and there's a drop pick by Irvin. I'm not sure if this guy really knew if his own strategy. I'm not sure if he was just picking random plays, or if he was just, he doesn't really know how to play the game. There's people like that where they just pick any play and they don't really have a strategy. But strategizing is very important. So then I came out in the cover. I believe this is a cover 3. This might have been a blitz. No, this was a cover 3. I put the people in the flats, and then I put them in the cloud, and he came out in the screen. So I said, okay, so what is his scheme here? So I'm just trying to figure out what his scheme is. What does he like to do? What does he like to come out in? What does he like to run? So I'm just coming out in the cover 2, I just constantly came out in that. Just trying to read what he's going to do, just trying to see what he likes to do. So far he's passed the ball, he's screened the ball, and he's run the ball. Right? And I use a lot of my own terms because, sometimes you don't want to use football terms, you just use your own terms, start doing that. So he comes out in this cover 3, not this cover 3, he comes out in this tight end formation, and he begins to run this one play. Right, so he fails that time, and then he comes out in the same exact formation on the next play. So I'm like, okay, so let me see what I can do here. So I start running a blitz. Okay, so I start to try and get him comfortable. So what I start to try and do is I start to try and get him to feel like he's going to be in control of the game. So right there, right, he throws it right into the flats. Boom, Adrian Peterson gets it open one time, and so I kept coming out in this defense to see if he'd keep running the same play. So it was successful the first time. I came out the second time, and so what I do is I let him get the yardage. And there's a reason why I do that, and I'm going to let you know that in a sec. But he starts to come out in the same formation. He starts to think that I'm going to keep running the same blitz. So I do. I keep running the same blitz. I do what he's expecting. So I come out in the same exact blitz over and over again, and he keeps throwing it either into the flats or he runs the ball, and really was successful, but it wasn't that successful. So I knew he probably was just using this because it would get him some yardage, and he wasn't sure how he was going to play. But I keep coming out in the same blitz. Well, why would you do that? Why would you just let him keep driving down the field? I want to see if he's going to actually stick with this play. And so because I keep coming out in this coverage, and because he keeps running the same play, he thinks he's in control, but really I'm in control. I'm controlling his scheme. So really, I'm the one that's controlling him. So he thinks that he's in control. He doesn't know my scheme, really. I know what he is, though. I know that he's just the type of person, and there he goes, he scores. I know that he's just the type of person who's going to keep coming out in the same play because I keep coming out in the same defense. So while he thinks he's in control, I'm really the one in control, and you begin to control the person's scheme. He doesn't really have a scheme. Okay, he bases it off of what I do. So if I keep running the same coverage over and over again, he's going to keep running that same play. So he doesn't have a scheme. All he has is that one play. So now I'm going to come out. I'm going to come out on offense, and I'm going to run my scheme. So I'm going to see what he likes to come out in defense. I'm going to see what he likes to do. So first quarter, testing quarter, if you don't really get out on the field much in the first quarter, you know, go out in the second quarter and test as well. But I just want to test this. I want to create a scheme. So, and this really helps in the long haul too. And you can't always do this with people who are great at the game. This guy wasn't the best at the game, but it's a strategy that you can use against good players. Just know that there are people who've been playing this game for a while, and they probably have a scheme already that when they go into the game, and so they're probably not going to run the same play over and over again. So just be ready for people who are good like that. So I'm just coming out. I'm seeing what I like to do. Right, so I'm seeing what he likes to do. I mean, I'm coming out, I'm seeing what's working, I see what he likes to do, I see what kind of coverages he's running, and so I'm just gonna keep driving up the field. I'm just gonna keep driving and driving, and so I'm just testing out different plays, you know. And this is important. This is important. Test out different plays. You know, go to different parts of the playbook, see what you like to run, come up with a scheme, come up with what works against each defense, come up with what works against what he comes out and. So I just keep taking what's there. I just keep driving, I keep driving, right? And so I'm actually going to speed it up a little bit here because this was a long drive. So you just want to come out, you just want to see what they run. Just want to see what your opponent runs. It's that simple. Just look at what they run. Look at the plays, look at the play art after the play. So after each play, look at the play art, see what they run, come up with some plays, read the defense, just look at what they like to do. And then come up with a counter strategy. So just run plays that work, run things that work, and take what's there. Don't force anything. You know, if the guy's covered, don't throw it to him. If you got to take a sack, take a sack. Right? Throw it to him if he's wide open. Even if he's short of the first down, you know, throw it to him. You know, because it's important that you just use plays that work and just see what he does. All right? So that's what I did. That's what I did this whole drive, and that's what I consistently do. So now that I have my strategy, all right, it usually takes me about 7-8 plays, and I come up with stuff that works, and I know what they like to do. Now that you have your own scheme and you're in control of his scheme, because all he's gonna do is come out in the same play, and he thinks that you really don't know how to play defense, all right. Now you are really in control of the game because now you know what he likes to run, and he doesn't really know anything about you. Right, you know what he is. You know that he's a player that doesn't really know how to play offense. He's just using the same play because you keep using the same play. So he doesn't know much about you and what you like to run. And there's a fumble. And important tip. I just like to pause real quick. An important tip. All right, take your points. Okay, even when it looks dire and it looks, you know, tempting to go for it on fourth down. I know it's tempting, but take your points. All right. If you have a chance to take three, take three. Okay, so now, what does this do? Now you're really in control of the game. So he doesn't know your scheme. All right, let's recap this for a quick second. I know I repeat myself a lot, but he doesn't know your scheme. He doesn't know anything about what you really like to run. You've only shown him a little bit. You've only shown him a little taste, and you come out in the same play. But you know what he likes to run. He just likes to run that same play, and he doesn't really know what he's doing. So now you continue to you know, let him have his fun. You know, let him have his fun for a little while. And then as soon as he thinks that he's gonna drive, change it up on him, because all he's doing is throwing to the flats. Throwing to the flats to Adrian Peterson. That's all he's doing. He doesn't really have a scheme. He doesn't really have a strategy, and this is why it's important to have a scheme and a strategy in the game. So I just keep coming out. I'm not playing it. You know, I'm playing it dumb. You know, I'm playing the ditzy role, right? So I'm pretending like I really don't know what I'm doing. Right, so I just keep coming out, letting him drive, you know, letting him get some yards, you know, take your little yards, okay? So now you could just come out and you could just start to play this. So if you're looking at the play art, like I said earlier, then you'd notice that this play is a very simple play. So As you can see, his running back is his main primary receiver that he usually throws to, and the reason he's open is because I'm not covering him. And the only other route running to the left is his tight end, who will be covered by Swearinger. He'll pretty much meet him in the center of the field. So that tight end is really the only one of the route going that way. So that means you don't have to worry about these two, because he's not looking to the right side of the field. He's looking for his running back, who I'm going to play now. So now I'm going to play it and take it away, or his tight end, which will be coming across the middle. So now what that means is he thinks it's going to be open, but now that you're playing it, you're the one really in control. So now you know that you're either going to get a turnover or an incomplete pass. So bam, pick right there. Swearinger met him in the middle of the field, picked off the ball like he was supposed to, and ran the other way. You didn't really have to do much anyway, because the running back got taken out at the right behind the line of scrimmage. But that's how you can get into control of his scheme. While he thinks that you're just a nobody who knows how to play the game, who doesn't know how to play the game, while he thinks that you're just running the same play over and over again, and he can do the same, you can come out and you can show him what you really can do. And so that's what makes it, why scheming is so dangerous, and that's why, what's the word I'm looking for? Misleading him into thinking that he's in control. That's why it can help you out. So now you can start to run your actual scheme. So now he can't run it on the play that you've been running the whole game, because now you're actually playing the ball. Now you're actually playing the receiver, and now you can show him your real scheme. So while you have a scheme already planned out, ready, you're ready to play all the routes that he's about to do, right? And this is an interception. I don't know why he threw it all the way up there. So now you got the ball back. So now this is even better. So now, while you already have a scheme, you already know what you're doing on offense, you already know what you're going to do on defense, you already know that he really doesn't have a scheme. While you have a scheme in the second quarter, he doesn't know how to stop yours. So you're really in control. So he doesn't have a scheme while you have one. Now you are in full control of the game. I don't know why I threw it that way. You are in full control of the game. You pretty much control your own destiny in the game. And so that's why scheming is very important, and that's why it is step number 1. Step number 2 is stick to the game plan. So now that you have this game plan, right, now that you know what you want to do, just stick to it. Alright, as you can see, I'm in the last 2 minutes of the game and I'm running the ball. You just want to stick to the plan. Don't get too, what's the word I'm looking for? I'm at a loss of English right now. Don't get too pretty with it. Don't try to jazz things up. Just stick with what works. Stick with what you know will work. Stick with what's worked the whole game. That's how you can win the game. That's why when you take control like this, when you know the other person doesn't have a scheme yet, because you misled them to think that you can't play the game, and all this stuff, while that's going on, stick with your game plan. Just stick to it, bro. Just stick with what works, stick with what you know will work the whole time that it has, like it has been the whole game, and just stick with it. Alright, so that's step number 2. Step number 3 is don't make stupid decisions. Alright, this goes back to step number 2, you know, stick to the game plan, but also don't force anything. Just take what's open, take what's there. If you gotta throw it short, throw it short. Alright? And so those are really the 3 easy steps to winning the game, and you can see it throughout the rest of the game. So I tested him in the first quarter, right? While he was just, you know, randomly choosing plays and didn't really know what he was doing, I was coming up with a scheme. I was learning what he was doing, and I was really in control of his scheme, as you saw on the blitz. I was really the one in control. So this is a great way to beat opponents. It can be very difficult to do at times. Like, I can forget to do this. Like, sometimes I'll just come out in the game and, dang, Blunt is a monster. I can come out into a game and I can completely forget to do all this, right? And I'll lose the game. And I'll get really mad because I know I should have been ready to scheme, alright? Scheming is very important. So 17-7 now. He still doesn't have a strategy. There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter, and you get the ball back. That lagged. I don't know why that lagged. And you get the ball back. I'm gonna call Madden cheese on that, actually. They were just trying to keep him in the game. 18 seconds left, trying to get him some good field position. But, you know, so this is a great scheme. This is a great step process to use. And there's a few tips too, you know. Stay calm, stay patient, take what's there, you know. Those are 3 tips, you know. Stay calm, you know, don't get nervous. Like, I was never down in this game. Well, I was down 7. But as I was down 7, you know, I wasn't nervous. I wasn't, you know, scared or anything, because I knew I was in control of the game. So just stick with what works, stay patient, you know, stay calm the whole way. Like, you see, this guy has no scheme. He has no scheme now. Now he's just throwing interceptions. what is that, like his second interception in a row, because he doesn't really know how you play. While you have a scheme up your sleeve, he's still trying to figure out what he's going to do, because he's so used to running that same play over and over again that when you take it away from him, he really has nothing that he knows how to do. And don't do this. Don't do this. I've turned the ball over way too many times while doing that, and I've let them score in like the last 3 seconds of the game. Don't do that. That can be another tip. That's like tip number 4. Right, so now you get the ball back. He's going to try an onside kick here. You know, desperate times call for desperate measures. You know, because, and the reason he's really desperate in the third quarter, in the beginning of the second half, is because he knows I'm getting the ball back, I've been driving, I have a scheme, and he really doesn't know what he's going to do. So he has to try and get this ball back and try and scrawl me as quick as possible. I ended up recovering the onside kick. You know, I just come out and, you know, just stay calm, stay patient, take what's there, you know. Game plan, stick to the game plan, test your opponent. You know, these are all things that can easily help you win a game. You know, that right there was a stupid decision. I should not have thrown that. Don't do that, kids. It's very dangerous. It can make you rage sometimes. Don't do that. So he gets the ball back, right? He gets a second chance, a second life here, right? Second quarter, he doesn't really have a scheme. I already know I'm in control. You know, I'm staying calm, I'm staying patient. I stay confident too. You know, you want to stay confident because you know that he doesn't really have a scheme. You know, an entire first and second quarter, and he ran the same play, and once you took it away from him, it was a deer in headlights. He didn't know what to do. So now you're just running your actual scheme. He doesn't have any actual plays that he can run against you. He's still looking for stuff that'll work, and he doesn't know what to do. And so this is how I win games with a bad team. You know, I have 83 wins, I believe, and about 70% of them were for gold team. You know, because I just knew how to use this. I just knew how to use this step process. You know, you just gotta do this sometimes. And it's not always team over scheme. I mean, it's not always you know, whoever has the best team. No, it's scheme over team. You know, most of the time I play people with like 94 Ray Lewis. You know, because although I only have a small amount of great elite players, I'm in all pro first string. So you know, so I haven't gotten all Madden yet. So you know, just I've been playing with people with like, you know, 94 Ray Lewis, strong Ray Lewis, all these good players. I've been playing these people, and I've been able to beat them with this team. And the reason I've been able to do it is not because the team is godly. I have 83 Wentz on my team, for goodness sakes. And the reason I'm saying that is not because it's a bad card. It's a good card. It's just that it's not great like some of the other quarterbacks in the game. And I forgot about that play. You fake punted it. But like, I have 83 Wentz on my team. It can be very inaccurate at times. You know, I have not so great players on my team, and I'm able to win games because of my scheme. So you just gotta think, you gotta look through this stuff, and you gotta see what's there, and you gotta take control of your own scheme and really try and take control of the other person's scheme, like I did to this person in this game. You know, and you're not always going to take control of their scheme, but just stick to what you know, stick to your scheme. You know, if you come out and you run the same play, and you know they keep catching on to it, and then you change it and they're still catching on to it, you know, just stay patient, stay calm, you know, just run what you run, and see what works against their defense. So yeah, that's really the steps and tips that I can give you. That's really how I win games. You know, I come out and I run that. I run this scheme. So yeah, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. You know, leave a like. I'll leave the last bit of gameplay here for you guys to watch. You know, if you're really interested. He really quits after, I believe he fails on a punt and he quits. So yeah, don't forget to leave a like, leave a comment if this helped you out. You know, if you have any, you know, crazy stories about this working or something, you know, let me know. You know, and even if this doesn't help you, you know, because I enjoy, I don't enjoy it, but like when people tell me like, oh, this didn't really help me, you know, let me know so that way I can improve it. You know, I can give a more broken down version. Yeah, there it is. He quits after this. I can give a more broken down version of how to use it, you know, because it's very simple to use and it can help you win games, you know. So, you know, leave a comment, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.